Hey everybody, it's Brittany Garcia. We are back at it again at TBT Studios. Today we've got on Matt Granahan as well as Massimo Battista of the Real Chooch Wine Company. All right, go ahead, take it away, Matt.
Awesome. I'm getting looking forward to trying some wine here. You know, I've been in the wine business for years and ran a distributor in South Carolina right up until Corona, but I feel like I haven't been drinking enough wine lately, so I'm excited about this.
I've been in the wine business actually since I turned 21.
Awesome.
Drinking it.
Awesome. Drinking it, yes. That's the best part of the wine business.
Absolutely. I'm very excited.
So, Massimo Battista.
Yes, so my name is Massimo Battista.
A good Irish boy.
Yeah, I come from Italy. I've been here for 10 years. And my wine company is the Real Chooch Wine Company. It's located in Florida, Boca Raton. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I of course, I come from Italy. I got Italian wine and I have a California wine. I started with Napa Cabernet because I love California wine too, of course. And it's one of the good Napa Cabernet because I picked it from the vineyard myself. So it's like the top of the top. And so that's the line. It's like about the labels that we use. It's about the Italian expression like capisci, the Italian means do you understand? Mm-hmm. Then forget about it, because of course I like this forget about it. It's always been something. When I first moved here, I was like, I love this expression, forget about it.
Did you ever hear forget about it in Italy?
Wait, I gotta say it now. Forget about it. Was that good? No, I didn't pass the vibe check. All right, let me try. I'll try again at the end of the show.
I gotta try my Italian on you because I can speak a little bit. Parlo molto poco. If I was to say we're drinking some wine and I would ask you Massimo Battista, che cosa desidera mangiare?
Che cosa devo mangiare?
Yeah, is that decent?
Che cosa devo mangiare?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the line of the wine, and now we have of course I have the wine coming from Italy, the Montepulciano, Capisci Montepulciano. That's like the top Montepulciano 2015. And of course, I love Montepulciano. But let me tell you, the way I grew up, my grandfather has a farm in Italy, in Foggia. It's Puglia. So when I was little, I used to go with him all the time. Actually, I used to skip school to be with him in the farm because he used to make me drive the tractor. And, you know, being the farmer was like always like fun because I was little. For me, it was like a cool thing. The tractor.
And it wasn't school also.
It wasn't school, of course. So that's why I used to go there all the time and enjoy, of course, my grandfather's company. It was cool because he told me a lot of things about the wine, about the grapes, everything, like what's the best, what's good. And, you know, I started like that. It was always my passion. So when I first came to America, of course, it was like I was 24 years old, but I used to go back and forth to Italy. I'm sorry about my English, it's not perfect. But
no, it's actually great.
So yeah, when I first moved, I moved in Providence, Rhode Island. And of course, I started as a waiter. I couldn't speak any English, and I had to learn a little bit at the time. You know, it was like a little bit hard in the beginning, but I started to learn. And when I started speaking a little bit better, my goal when I first moved to America, I said, you know what? I like to open a restaurant, the really Italian restaurant. So after 4 years, I moved here. I opened an Italian restaurant on Providence on Thayer Street. Called Roba Dolce. Mm-hmm. It was a pizza place, gelateria, caffetteria, everything. I was like always there. That's why the restaurant business. Let me tell you something. It's the best. But
you become married to it, right?
Yeah, you do.
It's a lot of work. So yeah, I stayed in Providence for like almost 7 years, and of course with the restaurant. I was doing fantastic, but my dream, it's always been to come to Florida because, of course, this weather, it's like the best of the best. And so from Providence, after 7 years, I moved here to Florida, and I started first with my clothing line business because I do custom suits and made to measure.
That is a really nice sports check coat you have on. Beautiful.
I'm gonna get you one.
Yeah,
excellent. Get you one. And then from there, of course, my grandfather that passed away like a few years ago. It was always inside it was always my dream to start like a wine company. Mm-hmm. And finally, 6 months ago, unfortunately, when Corona was still like, I started with the wine, and now I'm doing fantastic. I'm in Delray Beach, with the Boys Market. Mm-hmm. It's one of my clients. and I'm doing very, very good.
Awesome. I'm excited to try.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So, without further ado, we can talk some more, but I think we need to try these wines first, so we can talk about them.
And
So
we're
let's
gonna try Capiche first.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Capiche.
So Capiche is a Napa Cabernet, and it's the Italian finish. That's the good thing. It's not like a typical, California
Thank you.
Cabernet. That's like one of the top.
Excellent. So can you describe that a little bit when you say it has the Italian finish?
Well, the first thing is not too fruity. It's a little bit dry. It's the dry, and that's like it does make you like because the fruity flavor. That's the way they do in California. Sometimes they pump the wine too much.
Too
But
fruit
this is
forward. Yeah.
Yes, this is like the real deal. Like dry, not too fruity, and just melts in your mouth. It feels like amazing.
Awesome. Well, I want to say cheers. Salud.
Cheers.
Salute.
Salute.
I think we got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's excellent.
It is good.
It goes good with the food, with anything, like, of course, with the pasta,
We needed 2 sips to confirm.
Yeah.
with the chicken, with everything you get. It goes with pizza.
Excellent.
Excellent.
So you would kind of call this your best table wine, and we say table wine normally, like you say, with just casual dishes, pizza, pasta, chicken. And it's so smooth, and I totally see what you mean regarding it, because I don't get hardly any fruit on this. It's got a really nice, clean, dry finish.
That's why I picked this wine. I really was one of the best because actually I travel a lot. I've been in 37 countries. And when I travel, I try to go to different vineyards because, of course, in the future I want to pick from each country. I want to pick a good wine, a good vineyard.
You had told me you were just down in Colombia, right?
Yes, I was in Colombia like a few months ago. I go there a lot because a lot of my friends, they own like a farm over there. But it's not like, it's usually, they have like a coffee farm.
Sure.
So I go to visit them a lot.
And it's interesting because, a lot of people don't know this, and I dated a Venezuelan girl for years and knew I was friends with a lot of Brazilians. In South America, there are a lot of Italians. In Argentina, they're like half. Colombia, Brazil, and it was told this by a beautiful Brazilian girl that did promotions for me when I managed a liquor company when I was younger. She told me her last name was Filippo, and she told me her dad is Italian, and she said there's so many Italian men that came here and made beautiful babies throughout South America, right, Massimo?
That's one of the, a lot of people they go there. Actually, I used to have like a lot of like my girlfriend over there. But I used to go there a lot.
Yeah.
Like at least once a month. They have like, of course, the best woman, the best
Beautiful
food.
women and food.
And I say too, because I generally I choose white more than I choose red, just because I love like the cold crispness of it. But this is awesome.
This is
I love
great.
this.
I have
So-
a good Russian River for you.
So Massimo, the languages are very similar, Italian and Spanish. Do you speak Spanish fluently?
Oh yes, you know what? I mix Italian Spanish, and most of the people they understand me.
Yeah.
Sometimes they laugh at me, but I mix it up. It's very, very similar.
Vino is the same.
Yeah.
Vino is the same.
Vaso is the same.
Vaso is almost the same. Like bicchiere.
Yeah.
But it's, they understand. It's a lot of similar words.
Yeah.
This
Comes in
is-
handy down in South Florida.
Oh yeah.
And is this right? Desidero un vaso di vino. Is that right?
Desidero.
Desidero. My
vaso
pronunciation
di
is
vino.
terrible.
It could be worse than my forget about it.
Your Italian is good. It's good. It's
Thank
good.
you. My Spanish is actually better because I lived with and dated Spanish woman for years, and then her sister and family all spoke Spanish. They're from Venezuela. But I took one semester in college of Italian, just one semester. So it's not, my Italian certainly could be better.
Listen, the thing to really learn Italian, you need to go to Italy and stay
Oh,
for
yeah.
a month.
I've been, and that's what I was going to tell you too. When I was younger, we used to fly into Rome. I've been to Italy 4 times. The last time was like 2009, and I mentioned in a previous podcast that my grandparents were from a place called Agrigento in Sicily, in the southern part of Sicily. But we didn't fly there. We flew to Rome. We always did the same. Flew to Rome. We took the train to Naples. and spent the day in Naples. And then there's used to be an overnight cruise. I don't know if they still have it, but down by the water in Naples that you got on the cruise at night, and then when the sun was coming up, you were in Palermo in the morning. So
I used to go to Sicily a lot because my father used to rent a house in vacation because, we go on vacation in Italy usually in August. So we used to rent a house in Italy.
Beautiful.
To Taormina. Let me tell you.
Taormina's so beautiful. Oh my God.
Taormina is the most beautiful city. I
Oh
love it, Taormina. The food is amazing. The wine is amazing.
Mondello Beach, we used to stay at the villas. That water is like a swimming pool, and the sand is like snow white. I mean, it is like, and they close during the day. I don't know if they call it siesta. I think they have a different name for it. But the beach there, it's such a relaxed atmosphere. Great food. Oh, I love it. You're making me want to move to Italy now.
Being someone that's never been to Italy, you're making me want to go to Italy even more now. It sounds beautiful.
That should be top on your bucket list.
I know.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. In Italy, in vacation, it's good when you go when it's warm, like June, July, August.
I was there in
Then
October
you really
too. Yeah.
Italy, because when the weather is nice, it's everybody's happy, everybody's out.
Yeah.
That's the best time to go, especially Sicily, Naples, Capri, Positano. That's
My aunt was just in Sorrento. Sorrento over
but
back
they make
in September.
The limoncello.
Yeah.
They make the best limoncello over there.
Beautiful.
Sorrento, Positano, Amalfi Coast. All these beautiful, like Capri and Ischia, they're the most beautiful islands down south.
Oh, yeah.
See, south of Italy is much like, we are like more like warm, we're more like,
Oh, yeah.
because the weather too, it's warmer than north of Italy. Because north of Italy, people are like more like cold, like they're more like
stiff.
Yeah, stiff.
The climate in Sicily is kind of like South Carolina. At least from when I was there, it could be like bipolar in the fall and winter months. It could be like warm in the afternoon and then get cold at night. It's not as much as like Florida.
No, that's just like South Florida.
Yeah.
You'll walk outside getting ready to go to work and it's 45 degrees and you have a jacket on, and then you walk out for lunch and it's 85 and you're dressed for 45. So you never know how to dress here because the weather is so bipolar.
Yeah.
Do you know what's funny?
I'm a native Floridian.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. What a great place to grow. Did you grow up right here in Boca?
City of West Palm Beach, so not too far from here. Yep.
Do you know what's funny? When the weather, for example, you see the morning, sometimes it's not like too sunny in Florida, and you think you go outside, it's going to be cold.
Yeah.
But
and you're sweating by the time you get to your
go
car.
outside, it's going to be so warm. Like, it's so weird. Like, I still, because maybe I used to live up north for a little bit, and when you see the no clouds, you think it's going to be outside, it's going to be so cold. But when you go there, and it's, that's warm.
Nope. Still
But
warm.
let me tell you, Florida, I think, is the best state ever.
I 100% agree.
Love it. I love it. I've lived mainly in Johns Island in South Carolina, and you can't beat that either. Outside of Charleston, we have nice weather, so laid back, especially for me growing up like 40 miles outside of Manhattan. Until I was like 30, I lived at the hustle and bustle of working in the city and stuff. And it just feels so good to be in such a relaxed atmosphere. But Italy, I'm telling you, they know how to live. Dolce Vita, baby. They know how to live over there.
I think they're too relaxed over there.
I love it.
I think they're too relaxed.
No such thing.
The thing they take a nap between 1 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
I love
Everything
that.
shuts down.
We need to take notes. We need
yeah.
to take notes. 1 to 3
Absolutely.
nap time.
They take too easy over there. They're like too relaxed. They're too relaxed.
But you're an Italiano. You don't have that attitude yourself. You seem like a relaxed guy, Massimo.
I'm becoming American.
Becoming American now? Oh, man.
I've been here for a while. I'm becoming American.
One time I was in Sicily during the holiday season, and they close for so long. Their holiday, they could take like almost 2 months off over there.
It must be.
Yeah.
They do July and August.
Yeah.
They shut down everything.
And they shut down during the holidays too. So I mean, they're taking naps in the afternoon, going to the beach, enjoying life. It's Dolce Vita, baby.
Dolce Vita. Listen, America is always #1 country in the world. Always. Italy is beautiful to go on vacation. But this is the best country.
I have a quick question, because I know you said earlier a couple of the places that your wine was in. You had mentioned, is there any specific, are you guys in stores now as well? Or are you...
Well, one of my clients, it's at the Boys Market here in Delray Beach.
Yep.
They're selling a lot, especially the Capiche wine and the Real Chooch and Just a Touch.
Yeah.
And I have more wine coming from Italy next month.
Love it.
The Montepulciano, DOCG 2015. That's going to be like one of the best year for the wine and the best wine. Then we got the Barbera from Piemonte.
I love Barbera, yeah.
Barbera DOC. That's a very, very good wine. It's similar to Barolo, very similar. Then I got the Prosecco from Veneto. That's going to be the
Love Prosecco.
And gin in the bottle.
Yeah. Love that.
That's the, and then
Do
I
you
got
like
this-
Prosecco, Brie?
I do.
I love Italian
I feel like
Prosecco.
how can you not like Prosecco?
Yeah.
What's not to like?
Especially on Sunday. That's like a Sunday wine, right? Prosecco. And I never met, like, people do mimosas. If you have a good Prosecco,
No.
I'm not mimosa in it
I'm
at
not a
all.
mimosa
Yeah.
kind of. I was a little bit, I think, maybe 10 years ago or so.
Yeah.
But now I would just, no OJ.
Yeah.
No OJ. Just give me the Prosecco.
Well, the Prosecco is big right now.
Yeah.
Everybody wants Prosecco.
Yeah.
Everybody wants Prosecco. And believe it or not, Prosecco goes good with the fried food too. With the fried calamari.
Oh, I believe that.
Oh, yeah? With seafood and
that.
fried seafood would
With
be
the
great.
seafood, yeah. The
That makes sense.
Prosecco, if
Oh,
you
yeah.
eat Prosecco you drink Prosecco with the calamari fried.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best combination
No,
ever.
that makes total sense, yeah.
And then I got the Sparkling Pinot Grigio. Sparkling Pinot Grigio.
I want to
that's
try
really-
that.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have that
See,
with you?
that's my go-to.
No yet, no yet.
Okay.
Next month is gonna be here just for you.
What else did
And
you
me.
bring us today, Massimo?
Well, the Just a Touch, is the Russia River, and I got the Chardonnay. This is a Chardonnay, two different wine, but of course the Chardonnay from Napa, that's a good wine.
Sure. So to clarify, Massimo, we've got 4 bottles on the table right now. So are these 4 different styles?
Yes, this is the Real Chooch. That's the
Okay.
Real Chooch. That's the Paso from California. Paso
Okay.
Nobles. That's more like like a little bit sweet. But of course, it's like goes with the same thing. Goes with all kind of food. See, my wine you can combine with the cheese, with mozzarella,
that.
prosciutto.
Yeah.
It goes with everything. That's what makes you opens your. When you drink my wine, your palate feels.
I
good.
love that,
It's very
yes.
seductive,
Yes. So what would be the next one that you'd want us to try?
The next one we should try the Real Chooch.
Okay,
The
beautiful.
Real Chooch.
So Massimo, we have the Real Chooch, and you can tell people that don't know what's the origins of this name Chooch.
You guys ready for this? So
I'm
like,
ready.
especially in Italy, but even in New York, Boston, when you're little and for example, you drop a glass, you break something, and your grandfather goes like, "Oh, you're a chooch,"
It's like a stunad, right?
Yeah.
like a stunad.
Yeah.
Bravo, like stunad. So yeah, that's why I started with the chooch, because let me tell you the story of the chooch. So I was in Italy with my friends, right? And we were driving on highways, on autostrada, and we driving for 2-3 hours. We were talking, laughing. We forgot to put the gas in the car. So we were driving, and we just in the middle of the night, the car just shut off on the highway. It's called autostrada. Shut off the car. I don't know how we make it. We pull over, and we start laughing, and all my friends in the car, because I was not driving, we called the guy next to me. So, "Oh, you're a chooch?" So everybody started laughing. I said, because no, it's chooch, because
Yeah.
they were from here.
Yeah.
So they know the word chooch.
Yeah.
Most of the people that use chooch is people from New York, from Boston. They use this word a lot.
So-
actually, even in the Soprano, they use that.
The
in,
word chooch, yeah.
Some of the movies, yeah.
So it's not a name that you would name your firstborn son.
Absolutely no. That was just like was the funny the way I started, because when I was there, I went to see the vineyard. Beside my grandfather's vineyard, I went to other vineyards, because my grandfather has a lot of people there, so we are connected with other vineyards. So on the way there up north, that what happened. And that's why I started with the chooch, because everybody was going, "Well, you're a chooch because you didn't put the gas in the car. How can you forget to put the gas in the car?" It was a nighttime and nobody was on the highway. So what we had to do, one of my friends get out of the car. It was a big truck behind us. He knocked at the door. The guys were sleeping in the truck. He goes like, "Scusi," he didn't even speak Italian. "Gas station, per favor, gas station, per favor." So I was laughing because I was just watching him.
Yeah.
I don't know how the guy was sleeping, get up, drove him to the gas station. He filled it up like, those plastic can, what do you call it? And after he had to get another ride because the guy didn't want to come back. So he didn't speak English. He had to ask for a ride to a guy that was at the gas station from Romania. So the guy didn't even speak Italian and no English. I don't know how. I think he gave like $20 or something. He drove back to the car, and then finally we went back on the road. But that's why everything started with a chooch. We were like 4 chooches in the car.
I love that.
That's great.
That's great.
All right, let me pour the chooch now. It's time of the...
Perfect intro for that.
Yes, excellent. So that I don't know if these are Italian American slang words or if you use them in Italy. But do you use in Italy sfaccino or
No,
gavon?
the only word we really use in Italy,
Stunat.
especially in south of Italy, is capisci. Because up north, they don't use the word capisci. They use the word capisco.
Yeah, capisco
That's
is
the
actual.
real Italian, capisco.
That's the real meaning.
So capisci is the one that we reuse in south of Italy, Naples. And the chooch, of course, we use chooch. That's international.
Yeah.
I actually grew up saying capiche because my dad used to say it to me all the time. He would look at me and say, capiche? And I was like, yeah. And I grew up saying that. And now my son is 7 years old. I say it all the time. All right, capiche?
Capisci?
And he looks at me and says, capiche?
That's
So
awesome.
kind of funny.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm sure I'm not the only one, but I grew up saying that.
Yeah.
Here in Florida.
A lot, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know, and you know the ones that we used the insults were always when I was a kid. Is I'll get called like my mom called me a stunat. You stunat. That was the one I heard the most. I never heard chooch, but I heard stunat, sfaccino, and gavon.
Sfaccino. That's a
Yeah,
is the
they used to
same
call it
family of the
sfaccino.
chooch.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the same family. Let's try the chooch now. Salute.
Yes.
See, these are a little bit
Ooh,
like
that's good.
a little bit.
Actually, that one's my favorite.
You like this one a lot.
That was good.
That's excellent.
And same thing. This wine goes with the fried calamari, with the prosciutto cheese, any food.
We need some of that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Where do we
saying.
need some of that? I love it. It's great. And then what else did you bring us? You said that Just the Touch. Tell us tell us the story behind that name.
The Just a Touch, because Just a Touch. Really, that's just came out like, when you go to somebody's house and you don't know what to bring. You just bring just a touch. It's something like simple.
Oh, beautiful.
I love that.
And
Like,
it's-
when you're like, it's somebody you don't know very well, you just want just a touch. You just bring it a nice bottle, just a touch. And that's the Napa Chardonnay. This is one of the good Chardonnay, of course. And it's
It's
love this
unoaked
wine.
or an oaked Chardonnay or unoaked?
No, it's unoaked.
Unoaked. Okay, yeah, that's great.
That's unoaked. Yeah,
I don't like the oaky Chardonnays.
What's your favorite wine in general?
I'll tell you, I love Chiantis. I always have. It's the Sangiovese grape or just some Sangioveses. That's probably my favorite. That's probably the wine I drink the most. Sangiovese grape. Yeah.
Sangiovese is a very good wine. Actually.
Yeah, but these are
best.
fantastic. And Cabernet. I've always liked Cabs too.
Well, I gotta get the best Chianti too soon. I'm going back to Italy to get.
Awesome.
I need to find a good Chianti.
Awesome.
That
So-
will be my next move.
So does your family still have farm and land there? in
Yes,
Italy?
yes. In Puglia, Foggia is exactly where I was born. But I grew up in Naples. So my grandfather has like a few farms over there. My uncle took over, of course. And they still produce a lot of wine.
Yeah. Here in America, a lot of us that grew up with Italian grandparents and uncles, my grandparents and my uncles, they used to make wine. They used to make homemade wine that was really strong. But they also, around this time of year, for the holidays, they always used to make oranchella. Remember orange? I might be pronouncing it wrong. It was like limoncello, but it was with the oranges. Oranchella.
Oh yeah, they make figo
Yeah, yeah.
orangello.
Yeah.
It's
I used
I've
to
never
love that
had
oranchella.
orangello.
Oranchella was one that we used to get like my uncle used to make
I'm not
bottles of
very
it.
Italian, and I don't have a lot of Italian
okay.
family. That's why I told the capiche story.
Yeah.
From Sicily.
What?
Yeah.
No. So no, I've never had orangello. I don't think that's very shocking.
But that was one that we used to give it as he used to give it as gifts.
Yep.
My uncle used to make some bottles, and my grandfather had them. But I used to love that, even when I was really young. I was too young to really be drinking it, but I used to love that. I used to take it out of the fridge, pour some.
That's so classy. See what my family did? We gave moonshine. Okay, I'm a redneck, so we gave moonshine
Nice.
as gifts. There's
know
no.
what it is.
You don't know what moonshine
Moonshine?
is? Okay, moonshine is you can make apple pie moonshine. You can make moonshine out of cherries, out of cinnamon. You got pickled moonshine. Moonshine essentially. How do we explain this?
I'd say, like-
I would say liquid death.
And really what
It's
is.
a very,
It's
very...
white lightning, right?
Yep.
So what all moonshine really is, Massimo, is it's whiskey before you cut it. Because whiskey, they cut it, and whiskey in natural liquor is watercolor.
Yeah. So it's basically just like, I mean, when you take a sip of straight moonshine, I mean, you'll feel it just burn all the way down
it's like digesting.
Yes, you feel it. You feel the burn. But now what people do is they make it and they basically infuse stuff in there. So they'll put a bunch of cherries in the pure moonshine. So it's a cherry moonshine. Still burns like hell. Don't get me wrong. You know, I got pickled ones, and then you can actually eat the pickles and the cherries that are also now spiked with the moonshine.
I need to try that.
So Massimo it was always illegal in America, moonshine, right? So you had these moon runners that would drive it, and that's how NASCAR started.
Really?
Was through the moonshiners that used to speed to beat the cops. That's where the whole thing started in the America in the South.
Yep.
I think you know what, we make something with the cherries with the cherry and alcohol, pure alcohol.
Yeah, that's very similar.
Yeah, it's similar because of course it's alcohol is stronger, right?
Yeah.
Like pure alcohol.
Yep, pure alcohol.
So that's when my grandmother in Foggia, she makes the cherry with the pure alcohol, and she let it like
simmer. Just sit
they
and
marinate
marinate
for like 6 months, 6-7 months, and then you eat it.
I'll tell you an old school thing that my grandfather used to do, and my uncle does, is you put your wine. I started doing it too, and you slice a peach, and you let it marinate in the wine, and they just let it, and then you let it sit, while you're talking or hanging out or whatever, and then it absorbs into the wine, and it's like a wine peach.
Yeah, and your glass is like a little treat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Actually, you know what? My grandfather, it does that.
Used to do that. Yeah,
But
that's
no,
a very
with
Italian
the
thing.
We do with the peach. I think he used to put a peach inside. Yeah.
Yeah,
Peach,
slice of peaches. Yeah.
Peach, yeah, he used to put a peach inside and then let it sit for like a few hours.
Yeah.
He was drinking a whole bottle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, my grandfather's wine is coming next month because
awesome.
Italy was closed for the pandemic.
Yeah.
So they just reopened a few months ago. So yeah, my grandfather's wine is coming too.
Oh, that's
You wanna try that?
awesome.
That's a primitivo style.
So are you able to go back? Are you going back for the holidays?
Well, yes, because of course I have 2 passports.
I just didn't know with the travel bans and all that
just
stuff.
gonna take like a lot of tests. Like to go, you gotta take a test. To come back, you gotta take a test. Unfortunately, that's what it is now.
So you're headed. So you're headed there for the holidays?
Yes, maybe. Yeah. I do,
Oh, nice,
I do
nice.
Italy and Turkey. I love
Excellent. Yes.
Turkey. I love Turkey.
My old buddy and my old roommate Kamal Shalarus, his mom lived in Turkey. He was from Iran, but his mother was Turkish. He was a fighter. He was a UFC fighter, and I always wanted to go. That's one place I've never been. It was Turkey. I've heard a lot of good things.
Let me tell you, Istanbul. I was there like a few months ago. If I tell you, it's the best city.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
It's very nice, elegant. It's a lot of places. The food is
Yeah.
amazing. The people, they're cool. It's still like a virgin city, believe it or not.
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, definitely. So, what's your favorite place that you've been aside from Italy and the United States? What you've traveled the world? What's your favorite spot?
Thailand.
Thailand. Oh, nice.
That's a good one. I've never felt so uncultured in my life, but sitting between you two right now, being someone who's been out of the United States, I think twice in my life. I've been.
Where did you go? Where did you travel?
Shockingly enough, I've been in Argentina. I went to Mendoza. We stayed right in the city. We had good family friends that were Argentinian, and they go every single year. And one year we decided to go with them. I was like 16 or 17 at the time.
Nice.
One of the funniest stories I have of that trip actually is everything was awesome. The shopping, everything was crazy. It was just a total culture shock to a 16-year-old Floridian, Well, we went snowboarding one of the days up in the mountains, and it was also my first time snowboarding. I was pretty good at it because I'm used to down here skimboarding, surfing, that kind of thing, even though there's not a lot of surf down here. And anyways, I'm going down the mountain, and I'm doing pretty good. I'm picking up some speed. However, I haven't really nailed the stopping yet. So I'm going down, and I'm like cruising. I see just this little innocent lady standing there with her skis and talking to someone. I don't know how to steer. I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to speak the language, but I did know one word. So as soon as I'm getting her, I'm going, cuidado, 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 which means like beware, look out, kind of thing. And she looked out, and I'd never seen someone dive so fast in their life. I hit her skis. I took them out, and it was just it was probably one of my favorite memories from that trip.
That's
It was
awesome.
pretty funny. Yeah.
That's awesome. You know, Argentina has great wine too.
They do, yep.
Because there's so many Italians in Argentina, and that it's actually I know this because we imported some Argentinian wine, and the folks that came over that worked with me, they said that it's about 50% Italian blood in the country in Argentina. So they have some excellent wine.
I was in Buenos Aires actually 2 years ago. If I tell you that they have a good wine, a good steak.
Oh yeah, great steak down there. Yeah.
No, like I said, I think I was 17 at the time, and we did like the wine tour stuff, and one of my cousins and whatever, and we were drinking. There was like they had like chocolate liqueur and stuff. And my dad's like, "Good," and I'm like, "Oh my god!" You know, I thought it was the coolest thing, but it was a blast. It really had a good time in Argentina, and everything. It's you know, they're known for the leather too there.
Yeah.
And we came back with like I think we packed like an extra suitcase just to pack a bunch of leather and just the things that we bought there. It was really cool.
Yeah, when I go to this country, I buy a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Like can be even in Colombia, Argentina, Uruguay. I was in Uruguay too. It's beautiful, beautiful country. But they have a lot of stuff. Of course, it's less expensive.
Yes.
Like leather, anything you can buy, you buy it. It's like
excellent. So talk to us a little bit about your clothing line and how you got started in that.
So of course, I'm from Italy. I like to dress up, right? So when I moved here, I always dress up like with a suit on, a tie, actually, even a tie.
Yeah.
So everybody was saying, wow, where did you get that? Where did you get that? So everybody was asking about it. I said, you know what? I'm going to start bringing some nice jackets, like the real deal, like made like handmade or like even made to measure. And even because it's about the fitted. When you wear like a jacket, and it's to cut you on the side, so it makes you look skinny actually. Because some of the American jackets, they make you look like a box. So
this jacket's from Italy.
That's why you look like amazing.
Oh, thank you, Massimo. I appreciate it. This is my Florida jacket. I always wear this when I come to Florida because of the bright blue.
I'm from Florida. I don't own a jacket at all. No, I'm kidding.
So yeah, I was wearing suits and of course ties, shirts. And everybody was asking me, I said, you know what, let me start because, of course, I have a lot of connection. A lot of my friends have factories over there.
Yeah.
So let me start to bring a few suits over here. And I start a little bit at a time. And I see people, they said, you know what, I went out with your jacket. Everybody was asking me, like, where did you get that? Where did you get that? Actually, I have a guy that he came back to me from Dubai. He's in Miami. He was like, do you know what, Massimo? It was August. He said, give me like, I want to buy 3 more jackets. I said, let me ask you something. It's August. What are you doing with the jacket? I said, Massimo, every time I wear your jacket, I meet a new girl.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah.
Reason enough.
It's the chick magnet jacket for sure.
So it's you know, it's very interesting because I told you about the cut is unique, the quality. It's plus it's like not this typical like gray or black or white or whatever plain color. They're like, you know, different style, and I have a very selected people that now I dressed up because of course they come back to me. They want to know like, sure, can I put this one with this? Like, you know, put an outfit together.
There's an old quote I was told, Massimo, that kind of relates to that, and us doing this podcast. And the quote was, if you dress like the people in the crowd, you might as well be sitting there.
That's it.
Just look the part.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
I forgot to tell you. Do you want to hear something funny? When I first came here, so when I first came to America, believe it or not, I came to Miami in vacation in 1997. Of course, I didn't speak any English, so that's where everything started. Actually,
it's okay. In Miami, no one speaks English either. It's okay. You feel right in.
Everything started there. Let me tell you, I was like a lounge. I think it was a liquid lounge. It was the year that Versace got killed. 1997.
Yeah.
So I was here just in vacation. I was super young. But anyway, and I was in this club, and I remember 2 girls, they came up to, I was with my friend, one of my best friend, Fabio, right? One of the girls 2 girls, they came up to us, and they started speaking English, and I was like, I was moving just my hands. I said, I don't know what you're talking about, but we can dance, I don't know. We start dancing with them. But that's why I hang up to Providence, Rhode Island, because those girls, they were from Providence.
They're from Rhode Island?
The best part is, so we will start speaking a little bit with the dictionary, try to find the words. And one of these girls, the one I was going out with, she was a stripper.
Nice.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
In Italy,
Let me take a
we
sip of this. Hold
had
on.
no idea about stripper. I'm talking about like 25
Yeah,
years
yeah.
ago, maybe. So she goes like, I said, what do you do for a living? And of course, with the dictionary and everything, she goes, I'm a waitress.
Yeah.
A waitress. I said, okay. And I remember, do you know what we did? We stayed in Miami for 2 weeks, and then, we stayed with them. We had fun and everything.
Yeah.
And I went back to Italy. When I went back to Italy, I remember we kept in touch. I don't know how, because on the phone it's super hard to talk in English, especially when you don't.
Yeah.
So they invite me back. They say, come back to America. And I was in August in Miami.
Yeah.
In October, I don't know how, they said, you need to come back over here. We got back on the plane, my friend and I, and we came back to U.S. and actually Boston. I had no idea about Providence. We went to Boston and they picked us up. And then, so I was staying with them in the house. And I said, like, listen, the waitress every night, that was kind of weird. He goes, every night, you go like, you leave at 5 o'clock and you come back at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. It was a little bit weird. And don't forget, I was very young. I was like maybe 21 years old, 20. So she goes like, no, just working waitress. She never told me anything. I remember we met one of the guy that was a friend, Louis. So he used to come pick me up every day, right? And he goes like, Massimo, Nora, no good. And he started taking his clothes off. I look at my friend Fabio, I say, hey, is this guy gay over here? The guy was trying to tell me something and we didn't get it. We are no strippers in Italy. I'm talking about 25 years ago. So he takes the clothes off. I say, Fabio, what should we do with this guy now? Should we kick him out? And the guy goes, I tried to explain. Then we got the dictionary. So we find spogliarellista, because in Italy it's spogliarella.
Yeah.
So he showed us that, and she said, no, she's
There's another word that starts with a P that I know from growing up. I was thinking maybe.
Which one?
That's a
Tell me.
joke. I can't.
You got us.
Yeah.
So anyway, when I find out that,
Yeah.
that's part at nighttime, we were waiting for her to come back home. Right?
Yeah.
So we were sitting, all 4 of us, and one of our friends too came to the
Yeah.
house, right? And when soon she came in, I had $1. I come close to me. I put $1 in the pants, and she got so mad. We started a big fight because she said, "You insult me." I said, "Why you lied to me? You never told me you were a stripper."
Yeah, sure.
So
If it was a Benjamin, if it was $100, it might have been okay. But.
So wait. So, Nora, that meant like not good?
no, Nora, it was a name.
Oh, okay.
There was a name.
Got you. Sounds like that's the name of your next wine. No?
No, I don't think
It
so.
could be one of those where, as you drink it, her clothes come off.
Yeah.
You know, they had beers like that back in the old days.
I love it. Great story. Funny story.
Yeah, that's hilarious. So, do they have strippers and strip clubs in Italy now?
Now we do. I'm gonna teach you one actually when you come to Italy.
Nice.
How do they compare to the ones down here?
Yeah, they don't know what they're doing in Italy. We tell you, over here they're professional.
They are.
Especially all the Colombian, coming, Cuban.
They're the women of many talents.
Ah,
They're very good what they do. I'm impressed.
All right.
so now we need to go segue to the next wine for sure. Absolutely.
The Just a Touch.
All right, we are gonna try
The
Just a Touch. Yeah.
That's a Just a Touch, guys. Napa Chardonnay.
So this is an unoaked Chardonnay, Napa Valley, California. And tell us what's unique and different about this wine, Massimo.
Well, it's first thing is like it's not too. It's like dry, but it leaves you a nice mouth, like a nice palate when you drink it, and it stays in your mouth, but nice. You don't feel the alcohol. It's
Sure.
not too strong, you know. That's the most important thing about the Chardonnay. It's very light.
What's the process like here, Massimo? Do you have a partner that you work with? Do you go out to Napa and visit several vineyards? Do you focus just on Napa, or did you? How did you select this wine?
Well, usually I go with a good friend of mine too, actually Luciano, that he used to work for Banfi.
Oh
You know, the Banfi is a good. They make a lot of good wine.
Oh yeah,
So yeah,
that's
he's
a
helping me.
big brand.
He's been with the company for like 25 years, and he really is helping me a lot because he knows more about California wine, you know. So
Awesome.
he helped me a lot with that, and he knows what's good Chardonnay. Like that's why we pick this one.
That's excellent. You were talking with my expression, but I went, because I'm like, oh, that's very good. That's very good.
See, you don't feel.
Yeah, it's not that I can't.
Some wine.
It's like that out. Yeah.
Alcohol hits you very hard.
Yeah.
This one is like a very light
Really good.
alcohol, but at the same time, it's not too sweet too.
Yeah.
So this goes very well with oysters.
Oh yeah.
Like you said, oysters.
I
is
love
like
oysters.
perfect.
I'll tell you, I was telling a friend of mine last night that we were at a seafood place that one of my favorite food in warm weather is the Blue Point oysters that we have back home. They're unique to Long Island and Long Island Sound where I grew up. And they're so good raw in the half shell. I would love to drink, just take a bottle of this wine and a big plate of those oysters on the half shell. That would be in this warm weather. That would be heaven.
And then you need to go to Colombia after that.
Yes.
Yeah, with the oysters, I just,
They're aphrodisiac.
yes. But I don't get it. It's it's like the texture. I'm just like, I'm
They
out
are
on
an
oysters.
aphrodisiac, the oysters.
I do know that,
Yeah,
but you're still not selling me on the
That's why you gotta
oysters.
go to
You're still not selling me on the
Now,
oysters.
does that extend to you to scallops, to lobster?
Oh no, I can do lobster actually. I'm a native Floridian, like I've already said, and I'm one of the only ones that doesn't eat like every single kind of seafood. I actually just recently, in the last couple of years, started eating seafood in general at all.
Do you like shrimp?
I do like shrimp. I like salmon. I like all the basics. Mahi. I can't get anything too of the fishy taste, more the gamier taste.
Are you a
stuff.
chef yourself? Do you like to cook?
I am not.
No?
I'm married to a firefighter, and so he does all the cooking.
What's his signature dish at home?
He skirt steak. I mean, he
nice.
cooks a mean steak, but skirt steak. I mean, we bring it to family dinners, to holidays, everything. He just cooks a great steak.
I love to cook, and with steak, I always top my steak with melted gorgonzola. I don't do the whole Oscar with the gorgonzola and the crab. I've made that before, but I think the crab meat takes away from it. I just like a nice covering of a melted gorgonzola cheese. Now that's an Italian cheese, right? Gorgonzola.
Gorgonzola,
Yeah.
Funny smell, right?
Yeah.
It's a little
Oh yeah. They say it smelled like feet, but I still like it. Yeah.
No, it's good. Some people have their opinion about blue cheese too.
Oh yeah.
Some people hate it. Some people love it. There's no in between, really.
I love goat cheese. Oh man, I love goat cheese, and I love to cook with goat cheese. I make a salad with goat cheese, a grilled chicken salad with goat cheese. That's excellent. I love to cook. Now, Massimo, do you, being an Italian man, do you enjoy cooking yourself?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what I enjoy a lot. Even at least I never really went learn go to school or something.
Nah,
like
me
that.
neither.
It's just by looking my mother.
Yeah.
And you know what's the best part? It's simple. That's the
Yeah.
real Italian food.
Yeah.
It's simple.
Yeah.
When you use cherry tomatoes, basil, first thing you saute the garlic.
Let me
Make
ask
sure
you.
it's
I need to ask you this when it comes to culinary, because my good friend Rocco is from Naples, and he makes great pizza, and he taught me how to make his pizza, the Neapolitan pizza, and he uses Campari tomatoes when he makes it. He gets the seeds, take the seeds out. Try to make it the way he does, and it came out pretty good. Do you use that? What would you use when you make your pizza?
Well, you're talking with the professional here. Tomato professional. I use the Pinot tomatoes. Pinot tomatoes is the tomatoes that they grow close to the Vesuvio.
Okay.
So they have a different, they're like sweet.
I was gonna say, they're sweeter.
Yeah, sweeter. You don't need to add too much spicy. That's the best part. It's like simple food. That's why I said simple. So you use these Pinot tomatoes. Hard to find it, but if you find
So I
it,
was going to ask you, could you find him here in Florida?
yeah, bello.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. You got to show me, man.
Stick with him.
Yeah,
You'll have a
gotta show
nice.
me.
You'll have a nice suit. You have the red
Exactly.
tomatoes. You'll be set.
Exactly.
A little glass of wine. Bada
Yeah.
bing, bada bang.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, when you make like
Capiche.
Yeah.
the real Italian food, simple. Like I told you, so the garlic,
Yeah.
the most important part, when you saute the garlic, has to get brown. Did you know that?
No, did you not hear me? I don't cook. I'm kidding. I do cook a little bit, but my husband just grills very well. So I'm usually just doing all the sides and whatnot. But I can cook, but when you have a firefighter, they're notorious for all being very good cooks and whatnot. So I can't, he can do a perfect chicken, steak, anything. He cooks well. So I just let him do his thing.
Very nice.
Well, that's the key. Everything you make has to be, make sure the garlic, when you saute, it gets brown. And that's give it the flavor to everything else.
I love it.
And you can make the same thing. You can make broccoli rabi, same thing.
Yeah,
You
I love
saute the
broccoli
garlic,
rabi.
Make sure it's nice and brown.
Yes.
You put the broccoli rabi, you wash it nice, got it.
I love it. A simple pizza that I really like is this broccoli rabe and sausage pizza.
Yes.
So good. Oh, man.
That's typical from south of Italy, believe it or not.
That's delicious.
That's typical Napolitan dish.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I have to ask then, we're talking all this like fancy Italian food and it's way over my head right now. When you came to America,
Yeah.
what was a food? It could be chain restaurant, it could be anything that stood out and you were like,
I think it was funny.
was that?
Was everything funny? Like nothing was tasting like normal.
Really?
Yeah, I said, what kind of animals like these people they cook over here? Like,
You didn't like anything?
well, believe it or not, only of course the steak. Come on,
Yeah.
the steak. How can you go wrong with that?
Did you try the barbecue when you got down here to Florida?
No, in the beginning, the same girl she took me for sushi.
Oh, sushi.
And I said, what's that? Like 25 years ago, we had no sushi too in Italy, believe it or not.
So did you like it or did you hate it?
I fell in love with sushi. I became like Chinese, Japanese. I started eating a lot of Chinese food and Japanese.
Yep.
I started with sushi and then all the, of course, Chinese food. I like that too because, believe it or not, you guys eat a lot of that, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So they took me to his restaurant.
Very, very popular.
Because
Yeah.
the Italian restaurant, I said, I'm done with that. No more Italian restaurant, American Italian.
Yeah.
Here. I'm talking about here, even in Boston.
Those restaurants were probably offensive to you. They were so bad.
It was very offensive, actually.
Yeah,
Yes.
because there's a difference too, I think, in the cooking of Italian American food and food in Italy. Because in Italian American food, I think sometimes they put too much cheese. It's kind of like too much, you know. Not all the
Grease.
time, but could be.
They
you
overdo
know.
it.
They
Too-
try
yeah,
to give it the flavor
yeah.
with other stuff, with the butter.
Yeah.
They don't even use butter, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
It becomes very heavy. And
Yeah.
then we're gonna go with, let's go to the positive side. We make it nice, light, and simple.
Yeah.
And aphrodisiac. My food is aphrodisiac.
Excellent.
You put a touch of basil. When you eat it, you go like, whoa.
Food
Alright.
food is very sensual for women, especially if you cook for a woman. They love that. Do you like that your husband cooks for you?
Oh, well, no, I'm not. No, I mean, yeah. Yes, I love it, babe, if you're
Yeah.
watching. I mean, it is when it's a special occasion.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, we have a 7-year-old, so it's like coming home, it's like he's cooking, I'm getting the kid
Yeah.
ready for bed, we're doing homework. But when we ever our thing is we go out, and that's when it's nice to enjoy it together, and he doesn't have to cook.
Well, speaking of going out, when you came here, was there, because I heard you speaking earlier, there were some restaurants that you found here in Florida that you really liked coming from Italy, right?
Yeah, it's because, you know, the real deal, there's not too many, but
Yeah.
some in Miami, there is a few of them. Do you know why I know they are like a real deal? Besides
Yeah.
me telling you, my mother, my father, every time they come here, they complain all the time. So when I went to the one I told you in Miami, Biscayne and 64, it's
Yeah.
called the Monachello.
They're getting the highest endorsement possible right
Let me
now.
tell you something. I get
Yeah, they
excited
need to be
just
paying for
I
this.
was gonna say
that they make the best pasta genovese. And it's pasta genovese here with the meat and onions, but you don't even taste the onions.
Really?
That's when you are like professional.
Oh, I got to tell you about a place. It's called Alfredo's. It's on Merritt Island, and they make they make this veal cutlet that's unbelievable. I mean, it just melts in your mouth. Matter of fact, because they do it on it. They do it in a sandwich like we used to call grinders. And when I'm coming through Merritt Island, I told our friend that was on a previous episode, Larry Mazza, I'm going to stop there and I'm going to get like half a dozen of those. Take back to
sandwiches?
South Carolina. They're so good. Yeah, they're that good. Yeah, it was
I see
fantastic.
your face. It's like,
Oh, yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited
I
about
know.
it.
I can taste it.
I'm going to be eating that for days.
even the pizza. Listen,
Yeah.
let me tell you something. You say the pizza is in Connecticut is good pizza?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, man.
You have no idea.
I can't.
With all the respect,
Yes.
the real pizza is going to come with me and then you tell me, yes, you're right.
That's why I say my buddy Rocco that I grew up with is from Naples. He makes pizza at home all the time, and I've had his pizza, and he taught me how to make it with it. But he uses those. I'm going to try your tomatoes; they're better. Yeah, because we're going to turn it up a notch and make it better. No disrespect to Rocco, but we're going to make it better.
I
Yeah.
want to show you how to make it. I'm telling you.
Yes. I look forward
love
to
it.
it, man. Yeah.
I love it.
Excellent.
I feel like we need pizza here right now.
I know. We need pizza. We need prosciutto. You're talking about all this food. We need some cheese. Yeah, absolutely. Are we through with the wines, or is there one more that we haven't?
No, that's for now.
I think that was it, yeah.
Okay, great.
Next month, we're going to get more.
That's what.
Awesome.
The Bolciano, the Barbera, Sparkling Pinot Grigio.
Ooh, Sparkling Pinot
Excellent.
Grigio, sign me up.
That's the one I'm really excited about. Yeah, to close this out, tell us about it. We know the bottle's not here, but tell us about this Sparkling Pinot Grigio and describe it like you have romantically. Have you described these other wines? Give you the most romantic, powerful description about the Sparkling Pinot Grigio.
Well, when you drink the Sparkling Pinot Grigio, you're just gonna feel like it's like so excited. You get like excited, and at the same time you get like it's like making love. You're making love with your palate.
Yes. Excellent.
Cheers.
Cheers. That's the
Cheers
best
to that.
way.
I think that we really can't top that. Thank you so much for
Absolutely.
coming on. Oh, actually, it's a sin to cheers and not take a sip.
So we say Massimo Battista. It's been a pleasure having you.
Been a pleasure, guys.
Thank you very much.
Have
Thank
a good
you,
one. Happy
everybody.
holidays.
Grazie. Thank you.
Thank you.